Some of y'all do know who I am, some of y'all don't know who I am. Okay, my name is Master Sergeant Joshua Leonard. I'm hail from the 320th Training Squadron. I'm an MTI out there. More specifically, I'm an instructor supervisor out there. So I'm a supervisor to about 15 or 16 instructors who are on the line pushing flights day in and day out. But I do this program. It's called the 5 Ps, or my Roadmap to Success. I do this program not specifically for the MTI piece, but I do it specifically just for me because this is what was my grassroots. It's what made me who I am today and where I'm trying to be, not only in my career, but in my life. And so I just wanted to start passing that along. So obviously I'm not getting paid for this or anything like that, but I really want to leave a legacy in hopes that you might catch something, might catch a nugget or something like that may help you out in your career and in your life as you progress. So like I told you, it's the 5 Ps, the 5 Ps, y'all. And so I'm telling you right now, if you don't take notes, if you're not a note taker, I encourage you to take notes today. So if you got a notepad, I know for the old heads like me, we got the notepad, we got to write stuff down. And for the young gurus, right, the young millennials, right, they be holding it down on their phone. So I don't mind if you got your phone up, if you want to start taking notes on your phone, I'm good for that as well. But I just hope that you grab something out of this. So in order to get started, the first question I have for you, the first question I want you to write down, this is the question I want you to write down for yourself. What is your dream? What is your dream? And then what I want you to do is I want you to answer that question. Answer that question. And so hopefully at the end of this, we can kind of create a roadmap, if you will, towards your dream, towards your ambition, towards your goals. And so here's the thing. Here's what I love about this. Is it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, how excited you are, how non-excited you are, how enthusiastic, charismatic, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You have your own personal dream. And so you still have the opportunity, as long as you're breathing day in and day out, you still have the opportunity to accomplish your dream. Some of you are closer than what you even anticipated. Some of you may be a little bit further than what you thought. So that's what our point is today. So the first P I want you to connect with, the first P is passion. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to call these things out, but then I'm going to ask some questions to go along with it. So the first P is passion. What is passion? What is passion? Somebody raise your hand and tell me, what is passion? Energy. Who said that? Energy, right? What else? What is passion? If you thought of passion, what is passion to you? Go ahead, Mel.
It's just what's inside you that drives you to do what it is that you do.
It's that thing that's inside you that drives you to get you to where you want to be, right? Okay, I like it. I like it. I like it. So if I ask the question, and this is just a rhetorical question for you to think about, what is your passion? What is your passion? So if I can phrase it in another way, what is your why? Why is it that you get up every single morning? Why is it that you strive to be excellent every single day? I'll tell you, my why is my kids. My why is my kids. When I look at my kids, they mean everything to me. And I want to be the person that sets the example in their life. So if I can give you a little bit of backstory of who I am, I grew up without a father. I grew up without a dad. My dad wasn't there. Matter of fact, he neglected me for the majority of my years. The first time I met my father, I was already married. And so I always told myself growing up that I would never allow my kids to experience the same things that I experienced. I would never allow them to go through the same things that I went through. And so they became my why. They are my passion. They are my drive. They are the reason why I get up every single morning is I want to create a legacy for them to walk in. So what is your passion? What is your drive? So I'll give you another story about what I had to go through just to get into the United States Air Force. And so I read a lot of books, y'all, so I'll give this story real quick. I read the book, The Last Arrow. If y'all want to read the book, I'm telling you, The Last Arrow is where it's at. But it's about this guy. He talks about trying to get to a soccer game, to the World Cups in, where was it at, Rio de Janeiro? So he was talking about trying to get to this World Cup. And what happened was he kept hitting obstacles all along the way. But his number one goal was to get to the World Cup. He said, if there was anywhere that I wanted to be, anything that I wanted to do, I wanted to see a live soccer game at the World Cup. And so when he started going through the process, they told him straight out, hey, listen, we can get you these tickets. We got you these tickets. You just got to show up. And this is all about in the span of about 3 weeks before the World Cup's actually happening. So he's He's trying to get to the World Cups. Obviously, he's in America, so what does he have to do? He has to get a passport. He has to get all of his credentials together. How long does it take to get a passport? Most of us know that. It takes about 6 weeks to get a passport, right? And so he had to figure out how to expedite it. Not only that, he didn't have a place to stay. So he had to try to find a place to stay while he was there. Never had a place to stay, but he still told his assistant, listen, I got these tickets, I want to go, I need to go. Just go ahead and book my flight. He booked his flight without a place to stay, didn't have his passport. Raise your hand if you would have been on that same level. I would have been like, hold on a second, man, like, let me rethink, because you think about tickets, right, just going to Rio, it's probably a couple grand, right, a couple $1,000 just to get to Rio. But he paid for it outright. So he had a passion, he was on a mission to get to the soccer game. So what did he do? So he still was working on his passport and everything like that. He got to the point to where he was down to a couple of days. He finally got his credentials just to get to the game. He still didn't have a place to stay, so he was sitting at the airport. He decided one day, he said, listen, while I'm sitting at this airport, I'm just going to throw it out there on Instagram. See if there's somebody that can hold me down for a couple days while I'm out there. Guess what? Somebody hit him back and said, we got a place for you to stay. You come hang out. The whole point behind the story is that you have a passion, but what are you willing to go through to get to your passion? What are you willing to go through in order to see your passion through? What are you willing to go through in order, for me, my example is what am I willing to go through to see the success of my kids? What are you willing to go through? Your passion. Your passion. So I told you, I was going to tell you my story. My story was when I was going through trying to get into the United States Air Force, Master Leonard, Joshua Leonard at the time, I didn't have my high school diploma. Why? Because I had my son. I had my son at 17 years old. And then I had my daughter right behind him. I was like, oh my goodness, what are we going to do with our life, right? And so I decided, I said, listen, I got to get my GED. So I went and got my GED. Got my GED. Then I said, listen, I'm going to try to get into the United States Air Force. They told me, if y'all remember, some of y'all might remember, but there was a time where they wouldn't allow people with GEDs in the United States Air Force. You had to get 15 college credits. So I had to go and get 15 college credits. I got those 15 college credits. I came back. Matter of fact, I was trying to be smart. And I told him, listen, I'm going to take preparatory classes because Sergeant Leonard's not good at math. So I was like, listen, I got to prep myself before. Because I wanted to set myself up for success. Because I knew once I got in the military that I was going to have free college. And so I wanted to set myself up. I went back. They told me, listen, those preparatory classes don't count. You need to go back. And you need to start working on your college. You need to get some more college credits that will work towards this. They told me that basket weaving was better than me doing a preparatory class for math. But I said, okay, I'll do it. It took me a year. And when I say it took me a year of working nights and going to school during the day. Because back then, we didn't have all that online school stuff. I think the only thing that was really coming out was Phoenix. What is that? Phoenix, online Phoenix. That was the only thing that they had out. So I was working at night and going to school during the day. I had in between about 4 hours of sleep. I didn't even get to see my family pretty much for a whole year. Why? Because I had a passion to see my family succeed. I wasn't going to just sit there and allow me to wallow in my mistakes or my failures because I didn't get my high school diploma. You have to have a passion that wakes you up every single morning. So we talked about the P, right? We talked about passion. That's that first P. The second P I need you to write down. Potential. Potential. Somebody talk to me about potential. I'm in right here. What you got?
Like your ability to be better.
Your ability to be better. I like it. Okay. What else? What else? What else? Go ahead.
Like you said, the ability to be better, whether you see it in yourself or somebody else sees it in you. They just see the future knowing that you can achieve whatever it may be. So the possibilities.
So is your potential in you right now? Your potential is in you right now. And I'll tell you what your potential is, and y'all hit the nail right on the head. It's the possibility of who you can become. Your potential is the possibility of who you can become. And so when we look at this, when we look at our potential, what I love about this, what I love about the difference between, or the similitude of passion and potential is that when your passion and your potential collide, you're unstoppable. When you see the vision out in your own life, when you see your own potential, see, it's one thing for somebody else to see your potential in you, but you have to see your own potential. Why? Because you have to work your potential out. Nobody's going to work your potential out for you. They can come up to you and tell you all day long you have potential, but until you start working out your potential will never come to pass. But I will tell you this, once your passion and your potential collide, once you start working these things together, you're unstoppable. You're unstoppable. Whatever you set forth in your past or in your path will come to pass simply because your passion and your potential have come together. Nothing can stop you. So I'll give you a story about my MTI career. I'll be the first to tell you, I never wanted to be an MTI. Raise your hand if you want to be an MTI. Or you wanted to be an MTI. Okay. I'll be the first to say I never want to be an MTI. Matter of fact, when they told me they got that vectoring system now, they came down and they told me, they said, listen, Sarlene, we're looking at you to be an MTI. I said, well, you're looking at the wrong person, because I'm not going to do MTI. That's just not me. I'll do anything else you want me to do, but no, I'm not going to be no MTI. You just don't want that from me. That's not my character. It's not my nature. It's not who I am. You don't want that. And so I thought I was good. Matter of fact, I was hanging out for a couple of weeks, right? Got an assignment to Korea. They said, congratulations on your assignment. Because my goal was to go to Korea and go back to Germany. My family's going to stay in Germany. That's where we're going to set up shop. I got the assignment to Korea. I was like, boy, it's all working out the way I planned, right? It's all working out the way I wanted it to work out. Then a week later, I get an assignment. Congratulations on becoming an MTI. I was like, you a lie? You a lie? I thought it was a joke because they were all joking. My supervisor and everybody was joking with me when they told me about, oh yeah, you might get picked up. I thought they were joking because they knew I didn't want the job. So I thought it was a big joke. I'm telling you, I was pissed. I was heated about this. I did not want to go. But guess what? Somebody saw the potential in me. Somebody saw the potential in what I could be. Even though I didn't see it in myself, somebody else saw the potential. So when somebody else, because I sat down with the command chief, because every time you become an MTI, when you go to a position like this, you have to sit down with your command chief. The command chief told me, he straight up told me, he said, Sarlene, we know that you didn't want to be an MTI, but we just see it in you. Like, you are the type of person that needs to be down there for these trainings coming in. And so once I seen that somebody else saw the potential in me, what did I do? I started working towards that potential. I started working and putting in work to be what I needed to be an effective MTI down here. And I'll even take it a step further. They told me, so if there's a bad side to this as well, right? Because people will tell you that you won't amount to anything. I've had family members tell me I wasn't going to be nothing. I had family members tell me that they thought I was going to be in prison for the rest of my life because of my past. So you have a backside to this as well. There may be people in your life that tell you that you ain't going to amount to anything, that you won't be good, that you won't be great. But see, I take that and I like to prove them wrong, right? I like to prove them wrong. So that's what happened to me when I became an MTI. When I first came down into MTIS, they told me straight out. They said, listen. I said, listen, well, matter of fact, I told my leadership back home, I said, listen, I'm trying to make master. They said, you're probably not going to make master while you're down there. It's just too hard of a class. There's too many technical stars down there. You won't make master. But you'll make it as soon as you leave out of there. And I said, you know what? I ain't going to let that happen. I ain't going to let that happen. So what did I do? I proved them wrong. Then they told me when I got down here, they said, listen, I told them, I was like, listen, I'd love to be an instructor supervisor. That's what I want to be. That's the point I'm trying to achieve to. And they said, well, listen, Sarlene, we get it, you understand, like, you're good, you make it happen, but you probably won't be an IS. There's so many math sergeants and you're still a technical sergeant. You won't put on math sergeant for a little while. And then what did I do? I went into the interview and I killed it because I was there to prove them wrong. See, our problem is that sometimes we allow what people say about us to affect our plan. We allow what people say about us to affect our vision. We allow what people say about us to affect our passion. We allow what people say about us to affect our potential. And so then we start going off on a road that we were never meant to be on simply because somebody told us we would never amount to. Simply because they told us that we weren't going to make it. That we weren't good enough. My goal is to prove you wrong. Okay, you told me I ain't going to make it, got it. I'm about to set you out to be wrong. That's my desire, is to prove you wrong. So we got passion, we got potential. Next P, process. Process. So we got process. Somebody tell me about process. Somebody tell me about process. What do you think process is?
Chronological timeline.
Chronological timeline of what?
Beginning to the end product.
Okay.
It starts, effect, whatever idea, process, of chronological timeline that needs to take place when you design that product.
I like it. So it's a chronological timeline. What else? What else? What else? Go ahead, man.
The steps you put in place maybe to get there.
Steps you put in place.
The stages you have to go through to
Right.
get to the end.
I like that, like milestones, right? Goals, right? Who sets goals? Be honest. Be honest. Who sets goals? You say, listen, this is where I want to be by the end of this year. This is where I want to go by the end of this week. Whatever it is. You set those milestones and you're like, I want to complete my CCF by this time. I want to complete my degree by this time. I want to get my master's by this time. Whatever the case may be. You set those goals, that process. So there's a process to what we have to go through, right? So success doesn't just show up at your door. Success is here. I'm here. Whatever you need, I got you. This is it. All you got to do is open the door. That's not the truth. That's not the truth. Success just doesn't show up at your door. It just doesn't show up and say, what's up? I'm here. I got you. Whatever you need. You have to go through some things, right? You have to go through some things in order to get to where you want to be. And that's the part of life that people don't want to go through. Especially this day and age where everything is at our fingertips. We don't want to go through anything in order to get to where we want to be. We want it to be a microwave life, right? I don't want it to be an oven life, right? I want it to be a microwave life. Yo, if I can microwave my turkey in 3 minutes, I'm good. I don't want to oven that thing. I don't want to heat it up on. I got to preheat the oven. I got to wait for that thing to be preheated, right? Then I got to season my turkey and all that stuff and throw it in. I got to wait about 6-7 hours, right? But I want my turkey to be just right in 3 minutes, right? Go ahead.
My mentor told me, said people want Thanksgiving dinner and ramen noodle ramen.
Right? You know what I'm saying? I like that. You want Thanksgiving dinner and ramen noodle time, right? We want to just throw that thing in the microwave and call it good. But there's a process to your achievements. But here's what you can do in the meantime, because here's what I love is when you start setting those milestones, you start setting those goals, you start setting a trend. You start setting a routine. See, a lot of times this is when you ask any successful person, you talking about Kevin Hart, you talking about, well, he's dead now, but dude that did Apple, what's his name? Steve Jobs. They'll tell you that their number one thing to their life, what made them successful, was their discipline and their routine. Their discipline and their routine. We don't even wake up at the same time every single morning, right? We don't even get up and do the same exact thing. It's their discipline. It's that consistency in the process that keeps your passion and your drive. When I wake up in the morning and I say, all right, God, I'm going to put my kids on my mind, I'm going to keep running. Because I know that if I'm successful, they'll be successful. All right, when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to do my little ritual, whatever it is. I'm going to make my little Pop-Tart, whatever it is. I'm doing that every single morning. Consistency in your routine, in your process. So we all have a process, we all have a life story, right? If I had you raise your hand, I'm sure every single one of you would have a life story of what you've gone through in order to get to where you're at right now. Every single one of you has a story. Whether it be that you were on top of the world at all times or you were in the slums and you had to work your way up. You have a story. That's a part of your process. Everything that you've gone through in your life is a part of making you who you are. Which leads me to my fourth P. Pain. Pain. Somebody talk to me about pain. Go ahead. Oh, go ahead, ma'am.
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice for what you're trying to achieve. Okay, what else?
Humiliation.
Humiliation? Okay, I like it. All right, what else? What else? Who said what?
Failure.
Failure? I like it, right? What else? What else? Some pain. Some pain. We're talking about pain. It's necessary. I like, ooh, that's powerful right there. That's powerful right there. Who plays video games? Be honest. Be honest. I know y'all rock with video games. If you don't play them, you probably played them in your life, right? You probably played a game or two in your life. So what happens with my old head, y'all knocked out that Nintendo Mario, right? You get mad at the world when you can't pass a level, right? You chucking controllers and junk, you be like, I'm done, right? But that's the same thing in life, right? You experience a little bit of pain, you start chucking some stuff. Then what do you do when you get back, when the game comes out? You do the same thing, you get back on the controller, you figure out that level. You're gonna go through some pain in life. You're gonna experience some heartache in life, whatever it may be. But if you do it just like that video game and you pick that controller back up and keep running, you'll be successful. I'm gonna tell you right now, pain will refine Your pain will refine you, and it defines you. When I say refine, it means it purifies you. It makes you better. And it defines you. It defines who you are and who you will become. Don't be afraid of pain. So I want to show you a quick video. And I'll tell you a quick story. She won that race. She won the race. I'm gonna be honest with you. Can I be honest with you? Like if I had failed like that, I don't know if I would have got up that quick. Right? And if you were honest too, you probably slip your hand and probably agree as well and say that you probably wouldn't have got up that same way. A lot of times what we see, right, we see it in high school and all that stuff growing up, right? You see somebody fall and they start whining and crying and howling like they just broke a leg and they ain't really did nothing, right? They just got a little scrape, little blood, just a little bit. They daddy or they mommy come out and help them out, right? Try to help them across the finish line just so they can say they finished. But this lady got back up. It was a 600-meter dash, y'all. It was a 600-meter dash. Now, when I think of dash, I'm thinking like, yo, that's a sprint. I ain't no long distance run. It's not a long distance run. She got back up and won the race on the last lap. Like it wasn't like, oh, we had 2 laps to go or anything like that. Some of you on your last lap, and you feel like you've gotten hurt, that you've experienced some pain in your life. And all you gotta do is get back up. All you gotta do is get back up. And you can win the race. I'm gonna tell you right now, there's only 2 types of people in this world. 2 types of people. Successful people and unsuccessful people. And the only difference between a successful person and an unsuccessful person is not money, it's not houses, it's not cars, it's not fame, it's not status, it's nothing like that. The only difference between a successful person and an unsuccessful person is how they responded to their pain. How did they respond to their failure? You're going to experience failure in life. You're going to experience pain in your life. You're going to experience hurt in your life. And you're going to feel like you can't pick yourself back up. The point is you got to get back up. Because not only are you depending on you, but everybody else that's looking at you is depending on you to be successful. When she was running the race, she had her whole team depending on her. I don't know if you heard the commentator, but they were saying how she won like 23 points on her last race and everything. She was the #1 seed. She was going to win it all for the team. And she realized that this success was not just about her, but it was about everybody else following her. Everybody looking up to her. You have an opportunity to be successful. Don't wallow in your pain. Don't wallow in your hurt. It's going to hurt. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. You're going to experience some pain that really sets you back. But are you going to get up, or are you going to have somebody try to pick you up and walk with you across the line? Or are you going to get up and sprint with all your life? Because I can tell you right now, today is not even promised to us. Tomorrow is not promised to us. It's not promised to us, so why am I not living a successful life every single day? Why am I not running like a dash, like a 100-meter dash or a sprint every single day? Why is there some days I'm just lagging behind? Because you're not promised tomorrow. You don't know if you're gonna wake up tomorrow or not. That's just the honest truth. So why would I not sprint today with all that I got and leave it all out there? Rather than just wallow in my pain, wallow in my hurt. You're going to experience some hurt. But what are you going to do with how are you going to respond? How are you going to allow that to refine you and define you, to make you successful, to make you great? So we're going to talk about the last P. The last P. Purpose.
Yes.
Purpose. Purpose is the last P. Somebody talk to me about purpose. What do you think purpose is? Go ahead, sir.
Why are you here?
Huh?
It's the reason you're here.
The reason you're here. What else? What do you think purpose is? I love purpose because it's all encompassing. It's all encompassing. What do you think purpose is? The reason you're here. What else? Here's the thing: is do you know your purpose? So when I asked you at the very beginning, write down your dream. What's your dream? Like if you could have it all and like if you could do it the way that you wanted to do it, I would hope that your dream lines up with your purpose. And I can tell you the difference is that if you're looking for a materialistic world, versus a purpose world is two totally different things. Because I can tell you, I just told you, that the difference between a successful person and an unsuccessful person has nothing to do with what you have. It has everything to do with who you are. What do you think the richest place in the world is? Somebody said it. Graveyard. Why? Because there's so much purpose in the graveyard. People have died and never experienced their dreams, never lived out their purpose, never wrote the books that they were supposed to write, never made the money that they were supposed to make to be a philanthropist for something else, never opened the schools that they were supposed to open, never became the teacher that they were supposed to be, never became the chief that they were supposed to be, in order to affect so many other lives. The graveyard is the richest place in the world because there's so many ideas that went there to die. So the point of this is that, do you understand your purpose? Do you understand what you're supposed to do in order to achieve it? So I told you that passion and potential, when they collide, they make you what? They make you unstoppable. So that pain and that process, they go together as well, right? Because you're gonna go through the process, but you're not gonna go through the process without pain. So in order to be unstoppable, you have to go through that process and that pain in order to reach your purpose. Your purpose, again, is what defines you. It's what makes you up. What are you here to do? We talked about it earlier. We said that you ain't promised tomorrow. You have an opportunity to pass this on to somebody else. You have an opportunity to build somebody else up. You have an opportunity to help somebody to get to the next level. Whatever it is, whatever you're passionate about. My passion is this. My passion is this. I love getting up in front of people and showing you that you can be great. That you can be great. That you can be successful. That you can do what you need to do. That you will have to experience some pain and some heartache. You will have to go through the process. But if you're willing to go through it, you will be successful. Success is not based off of a money value. Success is based off of what you want to achieve in life. Some of you don't know if you're going to stay in 20. Some of you know that you're going to stay in 20. Whatever the case may be. I'm not here to tell you whether you should stay in 20 or not. I'm here to tell you that you can be great whether you do it or not. I'm here to tell you that you can be successful, that your dreams go far beyond what this uniform is. I'll be honest with you, I love wearing this uniform. I love putting this thing on every single morning. It is an honor. I always look at myself in the mirror, man. I'm like, boy, that dude is sharp right there. He's fresh. But every single morning, I realize too that my dream doesn't end here. My purpose doesn't end here. That this is just a part of the process to get me to where I need to go. So you have an opportunity to take this, and this process, this military life, I love it. It's a process to get me refined and defining, so that when I leave out here, I've learned so much from this thing. I've learned so much from this thing. But I know that this is not the end all be all. And here's what I love. Here's what I love about purpose. Here's what I love about purpose. It's not a moment. It's not where I just show up in my purpose, like, yo, I'm here. That's it. That's all I gotta do. Purpose is not a moment, it's a continuous thing. It is a continuous thing. So here's what I'll leave with you. Here's what I'll leave with you. It's okay to be content. Don't ever be satisfied. It's okay to be content. I'm good with where I'm at right now. I love where I'm at right now. And I'll tell you right now, being an MTI is probably one of the greatest things I've ever done. It's probably one of the greatest things I've ever done because it made me realize that I can do more than what I thought. It got me to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. I got comfortable with being uncomfortable. It put me in a place where I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. But when I did it, it just seemed natural. It's okay to be content. Don't be satisfied. There's always more to go after. There's always more that you can do. Your dream may be helping out a school. But why not help out 10? Your dream may be to help little kids that are in foster homes, whatever. Why not help 30? Why not help 40? Why not help 50? Why not help 100? It's okay to be content, but don't be satisfied. All right, hey, so I finished in about 40 minutes or so. We got a couple of minutes to do questions or anything like that. Anybody have any questions? Go ahead.
What's your suggestion for finding your purpose?
My suggestion for finding what my purpose is, I'll be honest with you. When you search for your purpose, it's gonna end in really one thing. What do you love to do? What are you passionate about? What is your heart set on? Like my heart is set on leaving a legacy. Man, because listen, I get it, I understand. And here's what I tell my instructors all the time. It's like, I know that you got 50 trainees. You got 50 trainees that you got. But I'm gonna tell you right now, you're only gonna reach about 10% of those. Like if you want them to effectively change and be great, you're only gonna reach about 10%. That's about 5 of them out of 50. I know that. I know that I'm not gonna reach everybody. But I will not stop because I know that it's gonna reach somebody. So when you find your passion, when you find your purposes, is where's your heart at? Where's your heart at? Is your heart in your family? Your purpose may be to be a great mother, to be a great father. Your purpose may be to be, a teacher, to be, Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, whatever it is. That may be your purpose. But guess what? After being a Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, what do they normally do? They retire, but they go on to do other things, right? They go on and they do seminars. They go out and speak to people because they're passing on a legacy. Passing on a legacy. Great question. Does that answer your question? What else? All right, y'all. There's nothing else, man. I really appreciate y'all's time. I thank y'all for coming out. Listen, y'all can hit me up anytime on my email, my military email, joshua.leonard.af.us.af.mil. You can hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of that stuff. I'll be Joshua Leonard. That's what it is. So y'all can connect with me. Again, like I said, I appreciate y'all's time. Thank you so much for coming out. Hopefully, you grab something that you can take with you and lead your life to a great place. All right? All right.
Thank you.